I'm just noticing I didn't clean my kitchen up, but that's okay. It's okay, it's pretty clean. How are all of you? Hello, Phyllis, welcome. Welcome. I think that's Dan. Dan, welcome. How are you? Stephanie, how are you? Welcome. How are you? I've got something really cool to share with you guys actually tonight. I stepped away from the numerology and the astrology a little bit to bring you some really valuable health knowledge that I know you guys love and appreciate me for. So you guys are going to want to grab a piece of paper and a pen and take some notes on this. Hello, my beautiful sister Stephanie. Let's see who we have on here. As you come on here, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button on this video and tell me where you are tuning in from in the comments section below. All right, so you guys are gonna want to grab a pen and a piece of paper and definitely take some notes. We're gonna talk about methylation and the 2 gene mutation and the issue that over 40% of the population has, including me, not being able to methylate, not being able to methylate B vitamins, folate, not being able to detox effectively. And I'm going to tell you about the test that you can ask your doctor for that's under 50 bucks to make sure you are methylating properly. I'm also going to talk about the 2 gene mutations that you want to look for. I'm going to share with you my story on methylation, and I'm actually going to share with you how this whole thing and all these supplements that I'm about to share with you came about in my life. So just a little background on me for those of you who are new and who have not been here before. Welcome. I am Andrea Cox. I am a detox specialist. I've authored 3 vegan plant-based books, including Juicing for Beauty, Rolicious Recipes, Eat Right for Your Zodiac. I've been on national news for my health knowledge. I've detoxed celebrities, and I have a lot of health knowledge. I also have a spiritual business called The Detox Intuitive, but we'll talk about that on another day. So methylation. Methylation, in a sense, is your body's ability to methylate and utilize folate. Now, what happens when we can't do this? Well, what happens is we can get anxiety, we can get depression, we can get severe food allergies, we can get skin eruptions all over our skin. I know that's what happened with me. That was the first indicator. We can have weight gain, and in the long term, it can lead to things like heart disease, stroke. Stroke's a big one. It can lead to other things. So, you know, and you guys, disclaimer, I'm not a doctor, thank God, wouldn't want to be one, wouldn't want that responsibility on me. I've been around a lot of doctors though, and I have to say that, you know, when I work with clients in my wellness coaching business, one of the first questions I ask them is, have you had, and you're going to want to write this down, an MTHFR test? And they're like, an MTHF what? What is that? An MTHFR test is essentially a test to check to see if you have one of these gene mutations. Now, the gene mutation I have is the C677T gene. The other gene that you may or may not have is the A1298C. So the C677T gene is one. The A1298C is the other. Now, here's the thing. When you go and you have this test, it's either going to come back that you're fine, you don't have any of these gene mutations, although 40%, over 40% of the population does. So there's a good chance it's going to come back and say you do. Or it's going to say that you have one strand of one gene, both strands of one gene, or both strands of both genes, or one strand of each gene. I was blessed to only have a small methylation issue, but it was small, but it was big enough to cause a lot of health problems in my 30s that I was able to nip in the bud. But what happens is depending on how heavy your gene mutation is, right? So your gene mutation can be anything from one strand like I have. I had one strand of the C677T gene. You can just have trouble with energy. You can have trouble getting your tasks done, right? You can have trouble getting out of bed. You can have trouble with skin issues. In my particular situation, how I was diagnosed is I was going to a naturopathic doctor in Encinitas, California, and I walked in and I had, from head to toe, I was covered in a horrific rash. Horrific. Eczema, psoriasis, whatever. Come to find out, he took one look at me, and I had gained weight. I had gained about 30 pounds, and I was 35 years old. He took one look at me and he said, "Have you had an MTHFR test done?" And I was like you guys. I was like, "What? An MTHFR what test?" And I went and took it, and I tested positive. Now, you want to note, these things tend to run in families. So if you have it, chances are one of your siblings has it, one of your parents has it, cousins, etc. Now, what happens when we have this is several things, right? Since our body has trouble detoxing from everyday life, right? We're exposed to toxins when we walk out the front door, in our air, in our food, with pesticides, with herbicides, with packaged, crap we put on our skin and hair and things of that nature. We are constantly, even if you're holistic like me and you don't put anything on your body that's not paraben free, and you don't eat anything that's not gluten free and raw vegan, you still are exposed to these toxins every day. So what happens is your body, these toxins accumulate, and you start getting all of these allergies and these symptoms. And the skin is the largest organ of the body, so a lot of times it'll show up in your skin. Now, what brought me to this company, which is called Pure, I'm going to share this with you, and I hope you guys can all see me because this got a little dark, but I hope you guys can still see me. What happened in my case is I healed myself. I give myself B vitamin injections once a week. I take supplementation to keep mine in check. I don't eat certain foods. So I was able to, within a year, get my MTHFR deficiency under control, or my gene mutation under control. But what happens with a lot of people is they'll have these ongoing symptoms and they don't know why they're coming up, right? They're doing everything right, their diet's right, everything's good, but they're having all these symptoms. So recently I was working with a client in Florida and he was struggling with his skin, and I kept saying, have an MTHFR test done, and he's like, "I work with 2 doctors that graduated from Harvard Medical School and they say it's no big deal." I was like, "Just trust me." He had it checked and it turns out he does have, I believe, a double mutation. So when something like that happens and you start taking methylation supplements, it's almost like instantly your symptoms start to calm down, right? Because all of a sudden you're methylating again, or you're getting help to methylate. Now, there's a lot of other things you can do: sauna, cryotherapy. I do like a HIIT workout. My workouts are like 15 minutes and I'm done, but they're very hardcore these days. There's other things you can do to really help your methylation issue along. But I want to introduce you to a group of products that I have so much respect for. So much respect. And the reason I have so much respect for these products is when I was researching products for my client about a month ago, I got on the phone with the owner of this company, and she and I ended up spending 2 hours on the phone. It was like we were having a nerd off on health. I have never met a woman, in my humble opinion, you guys are going to think I'm conceited, but that was more educated on cellular detoxification than the owner of this company. And I just want to say, so the company is called Pure TheraPro RX, okay? Now, keep in mind, they're about to change their labeling. So they're labeling, some of the labels may look like this, some may look like this. But when I spoke to her and we talked, it was like kindred soulmate, past life, I don't know. I mean, I could talk to her about anything and she already knew. And that's a rarity for me to find someone like that. So she took the liberty of sending me all of their products, and I'm gonna share those with you. And then I am gonna share a link where you can actually get her products at a discount through me. So that's why you have to watch this all the way. So I'm gonna take a drink of water because I talk a lot. And I'm gonna show you what I've been taking through her company. So first thing, and this is actually my favorite, I'm gonna go for my favorite products first. So first, let me tell you, before I got on these supplements, I take very little supplements. I take Smiling Gut Pre and Probiotic, which I still swear is the best, and you can get that on AndreaCox.com in the shop section. It is a pre and probiotic made from Crater Lake clay, so it's got the humic and fulvic acid in it, and that's my own creation. So get that on AndreaCox.com. And I also take my Sexy and Raw Hair, Skin, and Nails, my Raw Detox formula. And that was basically all I was taking in the morning. But I was also taking Thorne, which has some good methylation products. I was taking their MTHFR supplement and their B vitamin. Now, after I spoke to her and she sent me this stuff, I had to be honest with you guys. I was skeptical. I was very skeptical. I was a little bit leery. Even though she was really knowledgeable, I was like, okay, I'm gonna just try them for myself. Even though my client that got on them said, oh my gosh, Andrea, my skin's improving, I was gonna try them for myself. So I'm gonna start from what I do in the morning. So I wake up, sometimes I cleanse my colon, sometimes I don't, depends on how I'm feeling that day, right? And I start with their Leaky Gut Defense. I put a scoop of this in water. I do a little monk fruit. She's got monk fruit in here, and I want to tell you the story about her monk fruit too. She actually she was private labeling these with a big manufacturer, and they were using cheap stevia, like the white powder stuff, not even the good green leaf stevia, and she went on her own. And I love that. I love that. I have a lot of respect for people who pull themselves out of companies because they're not in alignment with the integrity that they believe in. So that's another reason I love her. So I start with this Leaky Gut Defense. I put a big scoop in water, and oh my gosh, I'm so out of these. And I take a dropper full of her Bioactive B12. Amazing. It's empty, you guys. It's completely empty because I went through it in a week. So I suggest if you get this, I would buy like 3 or 4. It goes quick. And then I take her liposomal liver detox formula, because one of the problems when you have a methylation issue is the liver. And also remember, the liver holds anger, right? In Chinese medicine, they tell us the liver is the hub of anger. Your issues live in your tissues. So, your liver has a problem detoxifying. So if you're on pharmaceuticals, if you've done a lot of drugs in your past, if you drink on the weekends, if you're exposed to toxicity, if you live in an area where there's toxicity, you may have a liver issue. So I take 2 of these. I also take her DIM. Now DIM gets rid of exogenous hormones. Now what is that? It's the bad estrogen. So I take her DIM 3+, which I absolutely love. And then I take her glutathione gold, which I'm addicted to. Really good for detoxifying. Glutathione is amazing for detoxification. So then I work out, right? That's what I do. I don't do coffee. I don't do, I no longer drink my urine in the morning, urine therapy, just kidding. I don't do anything. I just do that and I work out. And even on days when I am sluggish, if I take myself out back and I hop on my elliptical, or I start doing wind sprints, or I squat, or I do whatever I do, I still, because you guys, I'm in my 40s, so some days are better than others. I still get that energy within 5 minutes, and I think it's from this and the glutathione. So then I go about my day. Now, when I eat breakfast, like after my juice or whatever, I'll take 2 of her pure methyl multi without iron. Now, why is this good that it's without iron? Because a lot of iron constipates you. I take an iron by Thorn that's better for that type of thing, but because I'm vegan, but this is a great multivitamin, and it's one for people who have trouble methylating. But even if you are a good methylator, this is still a great multivitamin for you. Now, what I also take is a methyl B complete, right? So I'm like getting it from all angles. I'm methylating from all angles to take advantage of having the C677T gene mutation I have. Okay, so another favorite product. Prior to going to bed, I take Just Relax. Now, I want to just tell you the ingredients in this Just Relax, and it tastes, this one is the cherry flavor, and you can see it's almost gone. It's almost gone. And this is almost gone as well because I'm a junkie already on her products. And hey, I'd rather be a junkie on supplements than on meth, right? Okay, so, sorry, that was kind of a bad joke. So it's got taurine, gamma, L-theanine, and magnesium. And I love that it's got magnesium malate in it because it's excellent for the bowels. So this is what I take before bed. And you guys, I've got to tell you, I've been on these products about 2 weeks, and it's not even my energy levels. My brain, I mean, that's a lot of information to have to remember. I don't have like a cue card in front of me, right? I'm telling you C677T and A12B, I'm telling you all these numbers and MTHFR, etc. That's a lot of brain power. And as we get older, our brain regresses instead of progresses. I really think that these are like brain food, really. Beyond the energy, beyond the methylation issue, beyond all of that, I feel like these are like, it's almost like microdosing. It's really, really good fuel for the brain. So what I am gonna do, and please post your comments below or your questions below because I'll answer them now. While you do have me live, ask any questions in the comment section. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share a link. I'm actually gonna share it right now in the comments section of how you can get these supplements at a discount just by using this link. Thanks for being patient with me. Hello, Jonathan, you're welcome. James, message me. I've got a great suggestion for your thyroid, and it doesn't come from me. It's like $11 on Amazon. I've got a great suggestion for that. Okay, so hello in Western Maryland. Hello in Columbus, Ohio, my home state. Welcome. Yes, we had a nerd off. Dennis, we had a major nerd off. This woman is so incredibly intelligent when it comes to health. We talked about breast implant illness. We talked about methylation. We talked about anti-aging. We talked about a ton of things. And I was so attracted to her knowledge. And I was also attracted to her company because I had found her company on Amazon, and I suggested her multivitamin actually to one of my clients, and it worked so quickly that I decided to call her up and see what the company was all about, right? I was interested. And when something works, it's very rare. I don't like to put my name and associate my name with many companies. If you guys knew the amount of multi-level marketing companies that hit me up on a daily basis, I'm involved with one. I have my own line of products, and then I love these, and that's about it. There might be one other that I might go into, but that's down the road. But I really feel that, in order to represent a company, to represent a product, to do a video on a product, I have to actually try them for myself. I have to know that they work. I have to believe in them. And after 2 weeks, it was more than just energy. I did notice I was sleeping more, and that's often like a Herxmeyer reaction to detoxification. So I actually think her products were actually putting me into a detoxification mode, like a real deep cellular healing mode. But my brain power was tenfold better. And for me, my brain is everything. If I don't have my brain, I don't have anything, right? That's what I value the most about myself. So, you know, it was like, wow, I really feel like I'm articulating better, like I'm remembering better. So that's what it was with me, folks. Also, you know, I know how bad it is to have psoriasis and eczema because I had it for years. So I'm going to go over what you guys need to do. The #1 test you're gonna wanna get, and by the way, when I share this on Andrea Cox TV, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the bell notification and the see all button, and also subscribe to my sister channel below, the Detox Intuitive. But you're gonna wanna first get what's called an MTHFR test. M as in Mary, T as in Tom, H as in Harold, MTHF, F as in Frank, R as in Ralph test. You're going to want to have that test done. And when your doctor says, oh, it's not a big deal, it's just a methylation test, I have that issue, half the population has the issue, just say, you know, well, I'd like to conquer the issue and get the test. So you're going to want to do that. Then you're going to want to look, do you have the C677T gene? Do you have the A1298C gene? Do you have, is it homozygous? Do you have both? Do you have one? See how many strains you have of each, and then you can attack it accordingly, because there are different methylation supplements out there depending on if you have both genes or if you have one. For example, I have the C677T gene, one strand, so I wouldn't take heavy duty methylation products. I would take methylation products like these that cover a wide spectrum, right? But even for my client that has double, these are working for him. So I would highly suggest this company. Again, I'm going to share the link above in the description box. And if you're watching this on YouTube, below in this description box, and I'm going to share it in the comment section. I will pin it in the comment section, but definitely use that link to get a discount. And again, the products I'm using, Leaky Gut Defense in the morning, sweetened with monk fruit, which is an excellent sweetener. Bioactive B12 full spectrum. I take glutathione gold, 1 capsule in the morning, excellent for detoxification, cellular detoxification. DEM3, excellent to get rid of exogenous hormones, those excess estrogens we don't need. Check with your doctor first if you're on anything else. Liposomal Liver Detox Plus, I take 2 of these because remember guys, each organ in the body carries a cellular memory, right? That carries an emotion. So our liver is the hub of anger. We hold on to our childhood issues. We hold on to our past relationship issues in the liver. You gotta detox the liver. Don't just stay angry, for God's sake. Okay, methyl multi without iron, love. One of my favorite products of theirs. Actually, I don't go a day without it. Methyl B complete, another one of my favorites. Pure Just Relax before bed, amazing. You guys, thank you so much for joining me here tonight. I'm sorry about Tasty Tuesdays the other day. I've got a plethora of stuff I've got going on. We're building funnel systems, and we're putting together things, and we're revamping and we're rebranding, and I've got clients, so my apologies on the videos, but I love each and every one of you. You can actually check out a new video I just put up on Andrea Cox TV. It's a quick 5-minute pickling method. I think I did pickled radishes. So go subscribe at Andrea Cox TV. Sign up for my newsletter at andreacox.com. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm gonna check out the comments real quick. Thank you guys. Oh, you're welcome. Jonathan says thank you. You're a wealth of information. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Okay, be well. Bye.